Hello everyone! Today on Binky's Gaming Thoughts, a few different props, no ears. We're going to look at some of the short canticles and verses that are in the Chant of Light. Some of the more, they're a little isolated, they're on their own, but they have a bit of relevance to some of the canticles that we've already seen before getting into some of the other longer form canticles. First, let's look at the Canticle of Benediction. The Canticle of Benediction, its author is unknown. It's heard often said by chanters, thanking others for their good deeds. Benedictions is one of the verses that is recited the most throughout the game, and that we can get annoyed with some of the NPCs reciting all the time, standing next to the chanter's board every time we return from a chanter's mission. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter. Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Champions of the just, same name of the mission in Dragon Age Inquisition when choosing to side with the Templars. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Blood magic? There was a lot of blood when the Magisters performed their ritual. There was also a lot of blood during the war in Apotheosis. Remember? It could mean that those who die for the Maker are blessed by him, but why would the Maker encourage death and bloodshed? And why write in blood? The reason I do the blood magic link is when writing words, you spell. You spell the words. You spell them out. Spell. Magic spell. Magic, blood magic. So that's the link that I'm doing. That's my train of thought. But it could also be linked to elves. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Blood writing. Valas-Lean. We know from the elf comparison video that Lean is blood and Valas is writing. So the Valas-Lean are the blood writings that the elves put on their faces. So if the Maker's will is written in their blood, the Maker's will is written. I have a thought. And I'm not sure where it's leading me. So I'm going to need your help on this one, because it's like there and it's not yet formed or developed. But these Valas-Lean does that mean that the Maker is the ensemble of like Evanuris or Forgotten Ones or something? Like, what's going on? You know, what's going on here? It's just because the blood writing on the elves' faces, if that's the Maker's will, how, help me out here. Help me find where this train of thought is going, because it could very well be linked to elves. It could be blood magic, it could be elves, it could be elven blood magic as far as we know. The Canticle of Erudition. So the Canticle of Erudition was written by Hessarian, the Archon of Tevinter, during the events of the Canticle of Shartan and the Canticle of Apotheosis, the one who burnt Andraste. This is actually Erudition 2, and Benediction was actually Benediction 4. The first of the Maker's children watched across the veil, the spirits, and grew jealous of the life they could not feel, could not touch. In the blackest envy were the demons born. So this is like the spirits of humans and elves presumably, but we know that the elves came first. So elves and the envy demons. Maybe this is about the first envy demons, and the corrupted spirits turned to demons. So this is basically like in the Canticle of Threnodies. Canticle of Victoria. So this is actually Victoria 3, written by the new divine after the events of Dragon Age Inquisition. It is possible the short verse is of Andraste or of the divine herself. Because of the way it's written, it could be describing the divine herself. Note that this canticle is mentioned only if Cassandra is made divine. So that's why it could also be of the divine herself. It could be describing Cassandra. Now her hand is raised, a sword to pierce the sun. Piercing the light of the Maker? With iron shield, she defends the faithful. Cassandra wielding a shield. Cassandra always wields a shield. And she was formerly the right hand of the divine, a devout Andrastian. So let chaos be undone. So chaos caused by the Maker that Andraste created, confusion of chaos, fear is chaos, fear demons, chaos, old gods, Evanuris, or just general chaos. In any case, let chaos be undone. So I think this is describing Cassandra, and I think it's obvious by the fact that it only appears if Cassandra is made divine. Here are a couple of other short verses. So Chanter Devons is a character, an NPC from Dragon Age Origins, who stands by the Chanters board in Lothering, the Lothering Chanters board. And he recites these verses. And Eileen spoke unto the masses. I could not find who Eileen was. My heart is yours. My bread is yours. My life is yours. When I hear this line, my life is yours, I think of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic to the Sith Lords, because Visas Mar was a companion character, and she always said that. She always said, my life is yours. Like she always said, my life is yours. So maybe it's a possible Easter egg. I don't know. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one. But if the Maker does not see Thedas anymore, what happens then? Is nobody one? Is everybody none? Let all repeat the Chant of Light. The Chant of Light. Oh, the whole Chant of Light. Okay, we'll go through it all again. Oh la la! Let all repeat the Chant of Light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us. Dispels. I wonder what tune the chant actually originally had. Just a thought, just like that. A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker. So someone who knows the chant and speaks the word of the Maker. And so Rajmael in the Heathen temple recanted. Not sure who Rajmael is either. Speak only the word, and bird is the word. Don't ask. Sing only the chant of light. Then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste. Okay, so these are the words of Andraste that he's recanting. So that means the golden city is ours if we follow, if we say the word, if we recite the chant, the golden city is ours if we follow this logic. So then Corypheus tried to take the golden city as his. So if the golden city is ours, was Corypheus, maybe if he would have recited the Chant of Light, he would have said, arguably, because I'm reciting the Chant of Light, the city is mine because Andraste said so once upon a time. Although he wouldn't know that Andraste said that because he already is a darkspawn at this time, that she would have said it. What hath man's sin wrought? What sin? The first sin? Does it include pride because of what pride had wrought? What hath man's sin wrought? Was it a man or a man, an elf? Or is it more the first sin, the original sin, the old gods, the events of the Canticle of Silence? So here it's most likely about the events of the Canticle of Silence. Let him take notice, the Maker, and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work on this day. Although if we follow the talk about languages, for thou hath done, I think, according to Shakespearean logic. Anyway, I'm getting nitpicky here. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. And all was silent in prayer and thanks. Silent like there was in the beginning, silence. So obviously this is a prayer of thanks for those devoted to the Maker's cause and to the spreading of the Chant of Light. You know, to thank them for spreading the Chant of Light across Thedas. But there are hidden meanings in here, so that's kind of interesting. Other chanters have been known to say this verse, and we're not sure where these verses, these isolated verses, come from, which canticles they're from. Though stung with 100 arrows, though suffering from ailments both great and small, his heart was strong and he moved on. Who moved on? Solus? The Maker? The deep dark before dawn's first light seems eternal. The night is long and the path is dark. But know that the sun always rises. The dawn will come. Though the lands suffer 1,000 wrongs, the Maker yet notices the smallest of deeds. How can the Maker notice the smallest of deeds if apparently he has forgotten his children? It's an oxymoron. But this obviously is describing the Maker. Is the Maker a person? Is the Maker a maker? Is the Maker the Maker? What is the Maker? And here's the canticle of Maferath. Maferath, who was Andraste's husband, who betrayed Andraste in the Canticle of Apotheosis, as we saw very recently. The Canticle of Maferath is one simple verse. It's part of the dissonant verses. No more than just a small part of it has been found. That's why right now it's just a small verse. It was carved into statues of the winding wood from Dragon Age Awakening, and written by Maferath himself in the first person, describing his feelings and what happened before, during, and after Andraste's spirit appeared, and thus taking place, sort of describing a bit before and taking place primarily after the Canticle of Apotheosis. Spite ate away all that was good, kind, and loving, till nothing was left but spite itself, coiled round my heart like a great worm. This happens in the Canticle of Chartan. And in my darkest hour, I turned from her, her being Andraste, and vowed that I would destroy her. And this occurs during Apotheosis. At the moment of her death, I knew what I had done, and I wept. So I suppose that's when he realized that he may have done the wrong thing, and presumably felt remorse. So he did probably feel remorse. He doesn't say why he turned from her and the Maker. He doesn't say why he felt the way he felt, which led him to betray her. He doesn't say why he felt like that, though. I shall bring the lands of my fathers to her word. The Alamari people, those are the lands, to the path of the Maker. That's basically what he's saying. He's going to spread the Chant of Light, basically. Therein lies their salvation and mine. And she came to me in a vision and laid her hand on my heart. So it's possible he realized and felt remorse after she appeared to him, not after she had died, but like later when she appeared to him. But perhaps even if it is true, it was during the events of the Canticle of Apotheosis. Her touch was like fire that did not burn, like the pyre that wouldn't burn, the fire that would never stop. And by her touch I was made pure again. Despair not, said she, for your betrayal was Maker blessed and returned me to his side. So basically she's telling him that this was a necessary evil that allowed her or the Maker to create the great magical event in Apotheosis, the magical occurrence, which could be her magic or the appearance of the Maker. And basically she's forgiving him here, and he says, I am forgiven. So maybe he did love her after all, you know? But who knows? He obviously realized something and decided to return to the path of the Maker and spread the Chant of Light. So there are some other canticles to come. This is not the end of the Chant of Light, but I have some other things that I want to be doing as well. So it's going to be, you know, canticle here, canticle there, with a bunch of other stuff. I have a few more story time things. And I also have that big project that hopefully I'll be able to start recording very, very soon, because I'm pretty much ready to start recording. Whether at least a couple of videos will be edited in time to have them soon. The aim is to have it pretty soon. So there you have it. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. You can follow me on Twitter at BenkiProd. And I'll see you all soon. Masaranas. Be sure to check out some of my other stuff, and remember to buy video games at a discounted price and support me at no additional cost to you. Just follow my G2A affiliate link. To learn more how that can help you as well, you can watch my full explanation video on that. Thanks for tuning in.